This is how you stop mindlessly scrolling in 3 quick steps. I use these steps every time I find myself distracted, and they work excellently. If you are like me, you have probably felt stuck while scrolling the internet. There's a part of you that really wants to stop, but you don't seem to be able to get yourself to stop scrolling and get back to work. Every time you think about sitting down to work, your brain wants you to start browsing memes or watching videos instead. A lot of people feel this way and they face this same problem. And it's a problem that I have faced myself many, many times. My 3-step framework to break out of a scrolling loop is this. First, count down, then stand up. This means I will count down from 5, and as soon as I hit 0, I will stand up. Step 2 is to take a break. This usually looks like me walking around for a few minutes, something that will get my mind off of the scrolling addiction and to help calm down the frenetic energy in my head a bit. I want to remove my brain from the stress of scrolling and the stress of my task and just let it rest for a bit. 3, I clarify, I block, and I focus. Then, when I come back, I will clarify in my head what I need to be working on and the small step that I'm going to start with. Then I'll use a website or app blocker to block whatever I was scrolling on so that I can't just go right back to it, and I will get to work focusing on that small first step that I clarified while I was walking around. And let me tell you why this works so well, especially for those of us who are prone to get into these doom scrolling loops. You see, doom scrolling is just a form of procrastination, and procrastination is a coping mechanism for dealing with stress when you don't know or have other better options available. We turn to it so easily because it doesn't require any energy from us up front. There are better ways to deal with stress, but they require a bit more effort, energy, and thinking on our part. And so our monkey brain gets us to do the easiest things, which is to procrastinate by browsing the internet. The problem with this form of coping is that it usually increases the amount of stress that we feel afterwards. Yeah, scrolling helps us deal with the negative emotion in the moment, but studies have shown that this negative emotion returns amplified afterwards, which just prompts us to scroll some more to deal with the increasing amount of stress and negative feelings that we feel. This is why your levels of stress and anxiety will start to rise while you are procrastinating. This ineffective coping mechanism of procrastination is what's causing and increasing the amount of stress that you feel. You start breaking out of this by counting down and standing up because it's something easy to do. It's not a hard thing to imagine yourself doing, and it's something that your monkey brain will be okay with. Standing up isn't much harder than browsing on your phone, and it isn't the hard task that you're avoiding doing, so it's fine. Just count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then stand up and begin walking around. Walking around allows you to remove your mind from the stress of scrolling and rest it for a few minutes. The physical activity will stimulate your mind in other ways, and it will help you to lower the stress chemicals in your system. When you feel a bit calmer, figure out a small step that you can take, not one that will stress you out, but just a very small one that will start you in the right direction, and commit to taking that step once you get back to your workspace. Then, head back, block the website you were getting distracted by, and start working on that small task. A small, simple task seems less threatening to your brain, and once you get started, it will be much easier to continue working. Taking the next step won't seem so stressful, and it will be easier for your brain to deal with. If you found this helpful and you want more tips on how to master your focus and stop procrastinating, then go ahead and subscribe to learn more.